all of our onions are bolting. Some of them are not fully developed, but they've bolted. Some are very large, and the bolting is letting us know that the onion is done developing. Now, our research said that you cannot cure them if they have started to bolt. You have to freeze them or dehydrate them. You can't or eat them quickly. This is the first time we've had our onions bolt. We grew onions last year. They did not bolt. We're gonna just dehydrate and freeze them and maybe continue to do a little bit more research, but we're still happy with the size of them. Look. Looking good. There we go. So if your onions have started bolting like this, I would go ahead and harvest them, unless you want to keep some and let them go to seed and then save the seed. So we're gonna do that, do a little bit of both, harvest and saving. All right, so come along with me as I harvest some of these onions using my handy dandy IKEA bag. Next to my holy basil, one of my favorite herbs. Can you smell that? Take a deep smell. You'll feel so much better. I love holy basil. Okay, so let's get back to our onions. I call it all a win-win. All different types of onions. Let's see. Look at those. Twins. The twins. Onion twins, huh? The red onions. Oh my goodness, so excited. Look at that. Look at my red onions. Not as big, but I'm not complaining. Look how pretty they are. And these did not bolt. Okay, so look here. Do you see how these did not bolt? What happened with these is the onion tops fell over. That tells me that the onion is done. The tops fell over. It's time to harvest the onion. Because this onion did not bolt, I'm going to cure these the traditional way and allow them for longer term storage. So that's awesome. For the ones that did not bolt, we've got perfectly good onions that we can cure and save for longer storage. So I'm excited about that. Look at that. Can you smell them? Love some onions. How beautiful these onions are. Look at that. Very beautiful. This is just one bed. Okay, so this is all from this bed. I'm gonna leave these onto the next bed. These are our white onions. We planted a ton of them, and they did well over the winter. is our next bed. And garlic. I'll be harvesting that garlic very soon. Okay, it's a little bit bigger. These are much better. Yeah. I'm very happy with these. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. These are so pretty. Yeah. These are tiny ones. These would be good in your stews and stuff. Like little pearls. Pearl onions. See, maybe a smaller one. Yeah. Okay, so these onions are, the majority of these are what's known as a Spanish variety. Spanish white, gold, red. And so I was doing research on how to cure onions and read that these onions, according to Gardener Supply, Spanish onions are in a family of what's called mild onions. And you have mild onions and you have pungent onions. And the more sulfur the onion has, which is the compound that makes your eyes water when you cut the onion, the more sulfur that's in the onion, the longer it will store. So your mild onions don't have as high of a sulfur content, like your Vidalia onion. And so those onions do not store as long. So these I'm going to process down into some different things along with the onion tops. Add to the fact that they have started to bolt. Some of them have started to bolt, which I talked about earlier, occurs when the onion is done growing and or when you have extreme temperature changes, which causes bolting. Then you need to harvest your onions and process them anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to freeze some. We're going to process them down and dehydrate, make some onion powder. Of course, eat some, but I'm going to look at some different ways that we're going to preserve our harvest. And next year, I'm going to grow more pungent varieties along with mild varieties so that I can have long-term storage. So this is our third year growing onions. The first year we grew in containers. And then last year we grew in the ground, and those onions we ordered from Dixondale Farms. These we sourced locally, and most likely we'll go back to Dixondale Farms, and we are going to they really know onions. They are like completely devoted to onions. So we're going to get more of their onions for our next planting. But we are extremely excited about this harvest. We learned so much about onions, how they grow, how to preserve them, which ones store longer than others. So this growing journey has been really great, and we'll know better what to do next year in addition to what we're already doing. You can't help when you have extreme weather changes and your onions bolt. That's going to happen. You don't have any control over that, but maybe we'll try to either harvest them or somehow protect them from extreme weather events to prevent bolting. We'll see if that works. I don't know. But in either case, nothing is wasted here. Everything on this table can be used and consumed. So I am very happy about it. Onion from the grocery store. We just planted it, and it was one onion that turned into all of these onions. walking onion is what I think that is. I think. Can somebody tell me? I'm gonna leave them alone, but I think that's what that is. See? Somebody let me know if y'all know. That's that Egyptian walking onion. Thanks so much for watching. May all of your gardening goals come true this season. We'll see you next time.